Okay. We should be good now. Yeah? Yeah? I see the bar thing moving, so should be alright. I legitimately thought that I pushed the start streaming button like 10 minutes ago. And I went to check it because nothing was working. Ah! Anyway, hi, hello, how's you doing? Hoping you're having a good day. We're having another appearance of the cat t-shirt here. Yeah, exactly. It's a kitty. It's a book kitty. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So that's the headspace that we're dealing with right now. Okay. All right. So, ow. So after this week, we've got 2 more weeks on there's the camera. Okay. We've got 2 more weeks. So like this in here was this week, and then we've got another 2 on the other side there. Yes, totally captivating. Oh man. Where are you going? You just don't want to be in the sleeve today. Okay, there we go. Like seriously, I don't know if it's because I take the sleeve off to read it, just because it's less awkward to read with the blank hardcover, or what. The last couple of times I pick up the book and it's just like, nah, I'm out. I'm going. Which is fun. Yay for reading for the things. Woo! Okay. So, um, again, I've got the VPN on to see if that impacts stream at all. Let me know if anything's weird, and we'll change it up from there. But, barring that, book discussion time. Like, just as a logistical thing, right? Like, I get that YA and whatever is sometimes not as in-depth of a critical analysis of something or whatever, but just for pricing, right? No discounts or anything. This guy is like $18.50, $19. But some of the adult books, regardless of whether or not it's fiction or nonfiction, they're like half the size or like 30. It's why? Just why? Yeah. Hello there. You wanted to read me today, right? Yes. Yes. Exactly. Why do I really? I clean these after petting the cat. Why is there hair on the lens? Why? Nope. Like, and it's not even in a spot that I can ignore it. It's like right there. Right in the middle. Can you not? With that. Fine. There we go. Now I can see. I mean, accurate. Okay, so. Like, air, I appreciate that you're, there and everything, but can you not deposit random specks of schmutz everywhere? Thanks. Okay, bye. Okay, now where? There's the section, okay. It's throwing me off because I ran out of yellow tabs, so ended up just, like, all the places that would have a yellow tab just have the pen, and I'm used to looking for it in the margins, and it's not there. So, like, partway through, it's just random purple text that blends into the black if it doesn't have the highlight bit. Anyway. There we go. So, any particular thoughts, or do we want to just dive in? Ow. A spell to direct all of this to fall in the garden would be useful. Yes, it would. It would indeed. Because of how much I've been handling this, there's legitimately spots on the back that are lighter than other spots. Because it's transferred to my hands. Oh, God. Alright. Alright. So, chapter 28 picks up right where wondering about little people versus... Yeah, I was wondering about that too. Hopefully we're gonna get more discussion as more discussion as we're going. But that is definitely a very intriguing thing. Because all well, not all, but the more inclusive discussions that I've heard or had with people regarding the Fae or just forest spirits in general, whatever a particular culture is referring to them as, most of the time there's some element of the little people or a similar term, and what is being described in here lines up with all of that. Where no, don't. Come on. There we go. What are you doing? Alright. Seems like we're going to veer from science into spirit. It sounds like it, yeah, or at least that there's a strong spiritual component. I will say, like, at the end of 36, we've got Adonis wanting to continue the proverbial wild goose chase that the FBI is on to try and figure out what specific mushroom is involved. Because if they're looking for a particular hallucinogenic mushroom, then they're leaving the other medicines alone. And in this context, the other medicines are the other plants. So, and then the last line is, I think I know what Travis did to create the Meth X. So, I don't know. We'll see on that one. Yeah. Okay. If usual people started out human-sized and were diminished by the church-like Celtic, yeah, no, that's especially with how ow. Especially with how the rest of the society has been treated. Yeah, that would totally make sense if the little people become I mean, they're already part of the storyline, obviously, but if they become, can you stop moving things? There we go. But if they become, like, a pivotal part of the narrative, more than they already are, I can very easily see that being an aspect of the niche little people having been diminished, or at least thought to be diminished by the church, like they were in Celtic regions. We keep thinking maybe they want it for military purposes. If whatever especially if it's native knowledge and everything else is framing it in capacity of the community trying to deal with the after effects of residential schools and systemic racism and oppression and everything else, and having yet another thing from the federal government trying to come in and take part of the culture would be a very reasonable option. Not in as a narrative thing. We said. As a narrative to show how bad the situation can be. Especially if they're using Native American officers as the conduit to try and obtain that knowledge. Hoping that's not what it is. Just, for the well-being of the characters involved. But that is very much a potential thing that would add to the overall narrative. So, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I do appreciate how she characterizes how to phrase it though. I mean, we're following Dunnes, so that's the only direct perspective that we really see. But when she characterizes Dunnes as having to focus on a particular sound or something in order to continue moving, because everything else is happening, specifically after they find out that Robin died, is, at least personally, that's a very relatable part of it, because there's just sometimes that you need to focus on something that's outside of yourself in order to continue doing whatever you need to do. But yeah. Alright, back to chat. The power to make your enemies to see the same shit definitely has potential offensive application. Yeah, no. Especially if they think that it's actually a hallucination. Yeah, the trauma triggered recall was on point. Like, awesome on point. Yeah, no, from that yeah. If they think that it's an actual mass hallucination, I can totally see why that would be um something that a government agency would want in a it wouldn't even have to be a backup situation. They would probably just deploy that cuz in certain situations. But yeah, no. If that is what they're looking for, I can totally see why that would be a thing. Which is interesting because if it is actually the little people who are showing up to try and warn the kids that are using the altered meth and to try and protect them and everything, that's like the direct opposite of what they would be attempting to do, if that makes any sense. Of like, uh, making everyone share a hallucination and be negatively impacted, but the hallucination is trying to help the people involved to not be doing the activity that is making them have hallucinations. Why did you unleash this mass hallucination on us, Uncle Sam? Because of reasons. Like, seriously. Ah. Seriously. God. What did I even write? Yeah. And yeah. Yeah. The oh yeah, and just I I would not be surprised at all if Grant was somehow involved in either the, I don't know, creation, distribution, supply, any of it with the meth. Just from how skeezy he's being, in general. But then that's probably an element that's like, that's probably kind of a red herring. But just from how, like, yeah, the dude is being, kind of want him to be involved in it somehow, just so that, you know, he'd be prosecuted for something at this point. Just for being a general, kind of creepy jerk face. Kind of sleazy like crude oil. Yes, he is. Like, just, if you're like, I don't know, '40s, '50s, however old he'd be, and you're talking to, I forget how old she is, but like 18, 19-year-old, someone who just graduated from high school, and say, I thought you were a good girl, but you're a bad girl who doesn't follow rules. Like, why? Why are you like this? Why? No. Just, no. Yeah, no, like, I totally thought that there might be drugs or something in the box of donated pucks, or, like, that some of them, it's a residential street, dude. You can go, a non-racing speed. That is okay. Apparently not. Alright. But, like, I almost thought that at least some of them were going to be, just, like, the meth hiding in the pucks or something, and then there'd be some kind of situation of, wait, those ones weren't supposed to go out? Oh no! There's these special ones in there, but, like, we have to find them. Why do we have to find them? Because they have prizes in them, yeah! Or something, But I suppose checking them at people and then, like, everyone having to pack up because bad news is more accurate, I suppose. Above also applies to race car driver. Yes, because of white male syndrome. It kind of hurts how accurate that is. Like, oh my god. Seriously. Like, it, yeah. It's, I don't know. Yeah. I did like how she was putting in some of the twists, though. Because, oh yeah, Robin was going to class and she helped me with TJ, who was being a jerk, and then, I need a list of Robin's professors so that I can talk to him. Like, she's not in classes right now? Wait, what? Yeah, she's been addicted to painkillers for the last year, so, like, we were trying to get her into rehab, not college. Like, what? Earlier we heard some T.E. Lawrence quotes that made us feel sorry for calling Monica Monica of Arabia. He's that big. Oh, ugh. He's that big of an asshole. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. T.E. Lawrence, as in Lawrence of Arabia, yeah. Because, like, I've heard some not great things, but um, don't remember most of them, admittedly. Ow. Okay, one sec. Yes. Yes, indeed. Okay. That and I I quite like the uh thoughts versus like general whatever shift. I mean, it's just the use of italics for most of it, but it's also like it's the italics and the kind of more choppy narrative where you can see that it's like thoughts like quickly shifting in our head. Yeah, Robin seemed like a cool person. And especially if it was where's the thing? Oh yeah, this is the next passage where the ink just decided to rebel against existence. Like, right, where is it? Where'd it go? Over here. The part that it's like um her mom talking about how Uncle David kept a diary in the old treehouse that then got uh, taken apart and everything. So yeah, yeah. Stream of consciousness was well done. Also, props to Coach. Yeah, Coach was awesome. Karen, there's a man in the bathroom. Yes. It's like, dude. Like, calm down. Is he doing anything? No, he's just chilling in front of an obviously closed door. Chill. I am that man, and I am not moving. I don't think it was Coach though for that. Coach is a very cool dude, but I do believe that was wrong. Let's see. Uh, yeah, one of them must think to get Ron. I hear him tell the girlfriends to go. Their van's waiting. It's okay, he'll wait for me and we'll take a cab back to the hotel instead of the booster bus. Yeah. Yeah. Sir, we've received a complaint. I know, right? Like, Coach makes so much more sense. But. Oh. She's dating your nephew, so obviously you're the one that we need to call right now instead of anyone else because, like, she's tangentially connected to you, sort of. Yeah. Sir, we've received a complaint of a man in the women's restroom. That would be me, Ron says. I'm looking after my nephew's girlfriend. Especially because Coach is the one who's stuck up for the, at that point, only 2 female players to have ever been on the team. So, like, I don't know. I don't know. um. Okay. So. Yes, technically Coach would have had to stay with the team, but yeah. It would have made for a good narrative, but also, like, I can see why that wasn't done, if for nothing else than at that point when the team is on the ice. Like, especially if it's the team's on the ice and Donis was out in the stands away from everybody else on the team and ran, you might not have even known that there was an issue at that point. And when it became evident that there was an issue, he's still responsible for the rest of the team. So, but that's why you have an assistant coach and chaperones. Exactly. Was there even mention of an assistant coach? I don't remember an assistant coach. Because there's the coach for the soups, and there's the coach for the regular high school team. At which point are the superiors... Okay. Being that hockey is so very much my sport, I realize. It sounds like there's the regular hockey team, the varsity hockey team, and the superiors. or it's just varsity and superiors. Because it's repeatedly mentioned in here that the superiors are a higher level team and seem to be separate from the high school, even though they're all high school students. And the fundraising is separate, but the Blue Devils are the high school varsity team. So, yeah. I don't know how much that is because of the location that it's in, or what. Because again, hockey, not the strong suit. I mean, I'm actually able to hold a conversation about soccer, but like, that's about it. You know, with their funding, they should have an assistant coach. Or like, even just, in case something happens to the main coach for some reason, I don't know. But yeah, it's, yeah, okay. One sec. Where's the discussion of that? Okay. Un momento, please. Just random side note, tangentially. I did appreciate the reorganization attempt in order to better be able to tell if someone was trying to nab ingredients from the chem lab, but like being covert and very nerdy about it. Where it's like he put the he put all the components in the storage room. What was it? In reverse order of their group number and then in descending order of their atomic mass. It's like, I respect that, honestly. Just, wow, yeah. Okay. Let's see if I can find the actual, because they did talk about it. Okay. Okay, it's before this. Okay. So we're back in chapter 24. Page 218, it looks like. Okay, so Coach Bobby speaking up for the other players. Okay, here we go. Okay, so Coach Bobby is connected to the Blue Devils. That's the regular high school team. And sitting next to Levi, Coach Albert's the Soups coach for the past 2 years. So, yeah. That's... He's briefly been mentioned, like, I think it was mentioned by name, like, once or twice in the first bit. And then the only real mention here is that some people were against hiring him because he's black. So we've got Bobby and Alberts, and that's about the only discussion we get so far. If they're the high school team, there's still no excuse for lack of an assistant coach. Yeah. Like, I would think if the high school regular team and the superiors are two different teams who seem to play on completely different days, who operate out of the same institution and more or less have the same students, or at least pull from the same students, that they'd be coaching the same teams? The same teams, like, together? Or, like, if Bobby was the main coach for one team and Alberts was the main coach for the other team, then, like, they could be each other's assistant coach? I don't know. Like, again, sports. But, yeah. Yeah. Especially because... Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, it's one of those that I don't know how much Bobby is the coach and how much is Donis knows Bobby as the coach because he was the coach that she played under. So therefore, we're seeing Bobby as the coach. I don't know. So it's one of those, like, is it a potential plot thing, or is it setting you up to question part of the narrative that's hopefully going to be resolved in the, last bit? Because I honestly don't know at this point. But, yeah. Oh no on that one. she seems like a reliable narrator, but she's also dealing with other characters around her not being reliable. So that's all from that. Like, she herself is very, like, analytical, though, which is appreciated. Ow. So, from that, giving the author the benefit of the doubt that it's going to be resolved later, but from the perspective of the character itself, like, yeah. Or rather, like, the information that we have access to while looking through Donna's eyes is limited by her own experience. So therefore, maybe the limited experience displayed there has altered perceptions of the other characters. But yeah, basically, bring the analysis and go home. It's like, I want to see things. Ow, okay, one sec. Apologies for all of the jostling. There we go. Okay. But yeah, there we are on that. Yeah. I don't know. There's parts in here that it's not so much that it's hard to read necessarily, but knowing what the history behind it is that's being referenced. There's so much damage that's been done with the residential schools, and just systemic oppression, and oh man, all of it. We brought quotes to this from the yes indeed. But yeah. And if you're seeing the characters through the lens of a people who has been severely negatively impacted by the actions of a particular group. Like, I can totally see, you know, where some of the outlooks are coming from. Like, completely. And, like, just, I don't have this experience, obviously. Being Native American or mixed race is not part of my story. However, my dad's family is Jewish, and my mom's family is Protestant. And there's a part in here where, how was it? Grandmary loves me, but she did not care much for Indians, even before my dad came along. It's hard to reconcile not liking, even despising parts of someone you love. Is it possible the heart can expand to hold love as well as all the complicated emotions? The number of times, because, like, Dad was Jewish at one point, and now Dad is atheist. So, like, the number of times over the years, and, like, even just as recently as a couple days ago, the number of times there's been some dig at either or both of my parents from my grandma. Mostly on the religion front, sometimes on general life choices, whatever that even means. And that, like, all of it resonates. But that particular, just, that was another level right there. Anyway. But yeah. And, oh, yeah, over here. What did I even write? Yeah, and that's the same grandma who just signed over her car to me. So, like, it yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. On top of which, the guys in the family are, oh, such a poor dear. Yes, we must protect. But all the women in the family are like fodder to be picked apart because reasons. And Grandma, really, why? Why are you like this? It's just, why? Oh man. Yeah. Um. Yeah. Either there's some weird, like, I don't know what mom's working on for food, but like either it's something that I have no idea of, or the watermelon that was rolling around in the kitchen is ripe enough that I can smell it through the vents back here. Which would be an experience. I'll say that. I, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, like, can you please? Like, like, if I call you on your bullshit right now, it's gonna make it worse for everyone involved. But, like, also, is it though? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. No. That would be a very ripe watermelon and or very sensitive nose. Yeah, no, it's honestly, it's probably more the latter on that one, just because that's that's how it tends to be. I don't know. Okay. All right. I just checked over on the Twitch feed just to see how it was going and stuff. There's a pop-up that's like, come here often? Come back to Adventure's channel faster by clicking the follow button. Like, okay. It's not really an option when it's your own account. Jeez. But alright. Good to know. Whatever. Okay. Okay. I will say, right? I'm glad that yeah, like A plus there, Twitch. Good job. uh, like there's a bit in here where Donis is just like generally underwhelmed and stuff that Jamie's decided to give her a kiss on the cheek instead of like an actual like kiss and stuff. Like, dude. I mean, on the one hand, I'm glad that she's, kind of chilled out a bit on the whole uh being angry at Jamie situation, but like on the other hand, like the dude's still kind of processing his own rather complicated emotions at this point, and you just weaponize the fact that he doesn't have a community, so maybe think about that one just as a thing. Like, honestly. Also, rather interested in the whole Levi having a business venture situation going on. The amount that's in the account, okay, that, alright, fine. That could make sense. But, I don't know on that one. Yeah, that was a rather below the belt dig there. Like, and you're surprised that the guy is kind of just there right now. Like, I don't know. I don't know about that. Um, and then like the self questioning of in the before, I usually relied on science and math, linear thinking. But does that mean I should ignore my gut instincts? Is it like a pie chart where making one slice larger takes away from the other slices? Like, relatable? Really? I get it. And you're working through it? We're in your head? Understandable? Okay. Also have been known to accidentally deliver a coup de grace when verbally fencing. I mean, yeah, yeah. It doesn't happen. Yeah, try not to, but sometimes flip the kill mode. Yeah, it doesn't happen too much for me, just because debate and confrontation are in the avoid if at all possible category. But like when that mode is activated, um it's usually an anger frustration response, which definitely brings out the verbal kill switch option, at least eventually. So yeah, no, that's a thing. That's definitely a thing. Yeah. Ah. um okay. Also, just as a logistical thing, right? What even the hell is an original Catholic? Just just as a thing, right? Like, what does that even mean? Like, you're born into it? Like, what? Like, like if you convert to Catholicism, wouldn't that, logistically potentially mean that you're more invested in it than if you're just born into it? I don't know. As a thing. In the case of um the tribal community who happens to be Catholic, it's more like forced into it. But like, ugh, what? Like, what? Someone who was there when Peter founded the Church upon the Rock, right? Right? Like Dennis, your grandma. I don't know. Like, I'm with, I'm with you and your uncle there. Like, yeah, no. I do appreciate the quip that Uncle David made in here, though. It's like the God I pray to is here with us, Donis, with you, me, and our pancakes, just here, wherever we happen to be. Like, yeah. And again, my grandma giving me lectures about how important it is to go to church because, like, God and whatever, and also more digs at my dad because he's an atheist. It's like, my experience with spirituality and religion is going outside to talk to the trees. So, like, can we not talk about how you being Lutheran is superior to everything right now? Okay, thanks. Have I said that? No. Because reasons. But there's only so much that I can take. Oh yeah. And then we get to the point that Robin and Donis both had a major injury at the same time, and both, presumably, from what Donis is inferring from her own imagine you do the hissing cross thing. I mean, I would, but I get the how dare you sort of response, even when it's just like a baseline disagreement of like, well, I used to be allergic to milk too. Haven't you tried goat cheese? Like, that doesn't work. It's the protein that I can't have. Well, like, so it's just, there's no winning, is what I'm saying. The extra irony becomes cross, yeah. Just as a thing, right? That one has always been, like, just, like, you're using the symbol of the thing that killed the guy that you're worshipping. I don't, what? Are y'all okay? I don't know. It's just, But yeah, so Donis knows that she was being prescribed oxy because her aunt was looking at the chart, and presumably Robin had been prescribed the same thing, especially if she was addicted to painkillers after the injury. And like, oh no, I assure you, it's fine for short-term use. Yes, it's perfectly fine. Like, no, you're gonna have Tylenol, and admittedly, I read this with my eyeballs, not my ears, so I don't know how to pronounce this. Just saying that right now. Gengengi tea? You get the no-win thing. Imagination helps keep us out of jail. Exactly. Yes. Well said. Well said indeed. Yeah, no, there's entire tirades that have happened up in the old imagination sphere on that account. But yeah, what was it? The line, is that how it started for Robin? A 10-day prescription for oxy and no hypervigilant auntie. Maybe her parents believed the doctor about it being safe. Maybe she didn't think she could ask for help. Yeah, we've been on oxy, withdrawal's no joke. Seriously. The last surgery that I had, I was, I think, 10. So it wasn't that, but I know I've had opiate derivatives a number of times. Like, when I was a kid, cough syrup with codeine was the only thing that would work. And that one, I forget what part it derives from, but I'm pretty sure that one's an opiate derivative too. But it's weird, because, like, I don't know, between, like, 3 and 8 or 10, that was the only thing that would work. And then nothing else would help me stop coughing when I was, like, I don't know, 15, 16, something like that. And we happened to still have some of the old codeine cough syrup, and I took some, and when I was little, I could take it and was still running around and it was fine. When I was, like, late teens, early 20s, whenever it was, I took some and was conscious, but, like, fully passed out on the couch for, like, 4 hours. So, I just, we were trying to figure out if it was because it was just old, or if it was, like, reacting to different body chemistry or something. I don't know, but it was weird. Okay. If you're injured enough to need it, Tylenol is not going to cut it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You need something with substance. But it's interesting that in here, right, if it's Tylenol and the tea, especially if it's, because it's Tylenol and a traditional tea, traditional medicine could have potentially helped, but was perhaps perverted, manipulated, being forced to cause harm instead when added to the meth, because Robin died from some kind of meth situation, whether it was the regular stuff as just an overdose or the meth X with the hallucinatory property in there. Don't know. And if it is a situation where the little people are presenting themselves to those who have taken meth, is it anyone in the community who has had meth, or is it people who have had a particular meth derivative that is incorporating a native medicine plant? And because if you're incorporating a native medicine plant, then you're perverting the traditional healing practices too. So, all of the above plus your sensitivity tolerance changed, Dr. Honeycomb. Yeah. I mean, in fairness, the stuff was like 10 years old when I tried it. Yeah. That was also, no. When was that? Yeah, it wasn't until I was like 27, something like that I realized that if you have asthma or any respiratory condition, really, taking Dayquil is a bad idea. Because apparently I forget the correct term, but I want to say bronchodilator. So, like, yeah. I don't know. Hard to say since the guy sniffing gas saw them. Yeah, that is true. It depends on how. Okay. It depends on how the rest of it goes. Because it could be that people who. Okay, our guess is they're figures because bad medicine keep on showing. Yeah. Yeah, no. It could be because it's that they're trying to protect the community itself and those in the community from potentially hurting themselves, or introducing bad things into the area, because you've got gas that is detrimental to the environment and has its own host of things. And yeah, I don't know. Did not know that about Dayquil. Yeah, I was in the middle of a really bad cold, and historically the only thing that's helped with that is Dayquil. And they had regular Dayquil, and they had decongestant Dayquil, or whatever it is. So I ended up going up to the pharmacist at CVS, Walgreens, wherever it was. I'm like, right, so what's the difference here? Wait, I don't. This one's new, but like, well, both are bad for asthma, but like this one's worse. So there you go. Thinking about Travis saying Lily didn't know what he did for her. Yeah. Yeah. Also, the bit, where, what was it? Okay. Daytime meds have the tendency to knock us out, so we usually take the sleeping version. I mean, if it works, it works, you know? Okay, I don't know where it is in here, but there was a spot where, like, for one of the, trauma recall bits, Donna is remembering Travis saying that Lily didn't know what he'd done for her, and that everything would have been fine if she'd something, I don't remember what the phrase was, and that he'd made special cookies, but she didn't want them. Like, you tried to drug the person who you're saying is the girlfriend you love so much by making meth cookies. Like, that's another level right there. Like, uh, what? What? Now we have that song stuck in our head, thanks us. It's always fun when it's like, oh yeah, that reminds me of, dang it! It's just there, percolating, you know. I don't know. Oh yeah, yeah. This little bit in here, like, just like everyone. Uh, and I get it, because like racism and prejudice and stuff a lot of times is more covert or an attempt at a compliment that's really not. It's like, oh, but you're one of the good ones, it's fine. Like, I don't think that, that's coming across how you want it to, dude. Like, no. Can we not with that? Yeah? Yeah? Okay. But, no, is it? Does she have a name? I can't remember. The reception person? Mrs. Hammond. Yeah. Uh, Mrs. Hammond, the, um, secretary. You're one of the nicely polished toads, yes. I mean, it's obvious that I hate everyone who is exactly like you, but you are nice. You have some glitter on you. Like, what? Why? Why? But like, just once your mother's feeling better, I hope you'll rethink staying home. I know Indian kids struggle in college because they're not prepared academically or socially. Like, did you forget where this kid that you're talking to had like insane level science experiments that she was doing? Like, did that just slip your noggin? Like, what are you doing? I know Indian kids struggling in college because they're not prepared academically or socially, but Donis, you're not like them. Words truly do fail me. All I can do is gape at her in disbelief. Well, I don't mean anything bad about Indians, Mrs. Hammond looks around anxiously. You know I'm not prejudiced. Like, you sure about that? 'Cause you really sound like you are, just a thing. Again, like, hello, Grandma, I see you. No. Just, no. Hell no. Speaking as someone who has grown up with family members who collect people of different ethnicities. Wow, that was not even a word. Ethnicities and orientations. Grandma, I'm looking at you. It's like there's so much shade in this episode. And it's kind of cathartic. Wow. Okay. No. No. Um, when I post things, to the YouTube, I'm gonna edit this out. um, but like, anyway, there we go. But yeah, no, it. Yeah, yeah, seriously. It's like, mm. When you're referring to people in your acquaintance as my black friend, or my German friend, or the gay boys upstairs. Like, dude, one of the gay boys upstairs is literally all of 5 years younger than you are. Alright? Like, stop it. What are you doing? Why are you like this? Jesus fuck. Oh. Meanwhile, the dude who's like visibly racist against the um Latino gardeners working the property to, make it accessible to everyone. That dude is like super awesome. Also has an issue with people speaking Spanish for some reason. I don't know. Anyway, moving on from that, and my I'm totally so not racist family. Most of them are fine, but like there's some, you know. Oh my god. Ah. No. Anyway, no. TBH, not visibly racist people are more problematic. Right? Right? Like, at least if it's overt, it's. I see you. Oh, yeah, so there's a. The whole section where. Yeah, like the secretary lady. It's like, where did that come from? Excuse you. What? Especially if it's in a situation where the majority of the kids under your care, in some capacity, if you're the secretary of the high school, the majority of the kids under your care are from the demographic that you're talking down to right now. Like, what? What is happening? But yeah, no, there's a whole section in here where David's describing, or David's talking with students and stuff, and everyone is denoted by a particular symbol or initials or whatever. And the light bulb was just intriguing enough that it's been immortalized in the margins there. Because The light bulb that was Travis before he went off the rails. But yeah. You know what? We should totally make bigotry bingo cards. You know. That would be a bad idea, rather. Yeah. Oh. Just as a thing, right? I don't remember why I was checking out the back, but the research paper on the efficacy of chokecherry is a study. That's the study that's been done. Like I was flipping through the back before stream and what was it? Yeah. There's a in the what was it? In the thank you acknowledgement section in the back, everyone's listed with the relevant nation that they belong to, if it applies. And there's a note for Destiny Little Sky Pete, who's Shoshone Paiute, for her science fair project on the medicinal properties of chokecherry pudding. So it's like, I want to read that. I do. But also, like, the resting heart rate before and after smudging with sage and sweetgrass would be a fascinating study if it was actually done. It's just a matter of, again, how they're phrasing it in here, how to do it ethically and with the best outcome, and how to quantify things without devolving it into how niche are you. But yeah. But it looks like how the initial question ended up would have worked pretty well with the, I believe smudging, a cultural practice of burning and breathing in smoke, with traditional medicines such as Mashkotawashk, the sage, and Twingashk, the sweetgrass, will improve my overall physical and mental well-being. And the range of strongly agree to strongly disagree. Because then it's not limiting it to a particular, like, what's your genetics kind of a thing. Because especially after years of people being forced to abandon their traditional medicine practices, that's a sticking point anyway. But having a research question, even from someone within the community, that's essentially how native are you, could end rather badly. So yeah, there's that. Yeah. But like also, and I want to do, maybe for like next Thursday, we can do a deep dive on this and just see what's out there. But, because I honestly don't know. I know if certain plants are grown together, then they impact the chemical composition of their fellows. And there are certain plants that, if they're added to compost, will alter the chemical composition enough that it impacts the growth patterns of the ones around them and stuff. That's why there's certain plants that you can't add to compost, because they don't break down fully, or the chemicals are too toxic. Sent you the URL for the bingo card generator. Oh, nice. Very cool. I will definitely look at that. But, Travis having the research idea of, if a poisonous plant got tossed into compost, would it poison the whole batch of compost? Would it kill crops grown in the compost, or with the compost? Or would the crops survive the poison? If they did survive, would poison remain in the roots or leaves? And then there's the conflict of David being really interested in it and trying to help the research methodology for testing and everything, and Travis being impatient and not wanting to sit around for actual data and then stop going to class. So, yeah. And that's when they start looking at the mushrooms. So, that and dissecting David's coded language is just, as a linguistic exercise, is fascinating, because it's a combination of French, Italian, the made-up language that, the made-up words that he and his sister had, and bits of Ojibwe. Ow, 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 ow. Jeez. Oh, ow. Wait, what? I did not know that there are bingo streams on Twitch. Compost deep dive sounds interesting. Makes sense, but didn't know mushrooms could have mushrooms. Well, it's the same principle, I would guess, as, mushrooms can get moldy. Mushrooms can, mushroom as a fungus can, be susceptible to a secondary fungus. So it's not something that I've seen, but isn't entirely possible. It's just not something that's usually readily visible, Sounds similar to our notes, but worse. English, German, kanji, science symbols. Basically, yeah. Which, admittedly, tends to be what happens when I'm attempting to learn a language. Across the board. We used to take a medicine that was a fungus that grew out of a fly brain. Was that cordyceps? Or something else? Because that's the only one that I know that does that kind of thing. when and how, and someone someone trying to do that, right? Like, there's certain things, right, that I don't remember the name. That's fair. There's certain things, whether it's a cultural practice or medicinal or whatever, that's just like, I get that that's a thing, and it seems to be doing whatever you want it to do, but like, I just have questions, right? Like, how, and also why? How and why did we get to whatever this is that you're doing right now? Because really, I just, I don't know. I just don't know. Okay. Um. Also, just as a thing, right? We as the readers know what Donis is doing and most of what is going on as her thought processes, because it's in first person. So if she's figured something out, then we've figured something out. But like, there's a bit in here where Jamie leans in, like, I see what you did there. You're the clever one, Jamie whispers. Like, to what are you referring, sir? I don't know. Which, incidentally, is the same thing that Donis is thinking as she's going home. It's like, we're over there, and now we're over here, and how? Yeah. Um. He's referring to Don as cleverly making Ron think he's guiding her investigation. Oh, yeah, okay. Alright. That makes sense. Yes, it does. Okay. Yeah. Ha! Alright. There we go. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Alright. Why is... What? Just random hair stuck to me. Okay. And then in the final chapter for today, we've got a description of the I really need to listen to this as audio. I really can't pronounce anything. This one? The Sweat Lodge. And the reading process for that. Where the male and female sage are burned, but for different parts. Kind of want to go ahead and finish the book, but we'll restrain ourselves. Yeah, honestly, I should trust Auntie. Auntie knows some shit. Yeah, she does. Honestly, though, like, because of how things are picking up, if y'all wanna just bust through the last bit here, 332. I don't think I would be able to get through it by Monday, just because there's a number of other things that I'm partway through right now. And editing and stuff. But I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, no. Auntie has some, like, top tier wisdom, seriously. Then take a week off because announcing next book starts July 8th. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, so if we, like, I could just power through over the next couple days, because I don't have anything else going on until Monday. So, I can do that this week. Unlike last weekend that was completely shot. So, there's that. But yeah. Yeah. Because really, I'm with you there. Because it's the last bit, and it's all twisty and stuff. I think Auntie might specifically know some shit pertinent to the investigation. I mean, seriously. Oh. There's a certain interest factor here, where it's if the strawberry is a very significant plant, just like the sweetgrass is, to have for the berry feast, to have the first berry presented be the strawberry as a gift format. Very cool. Yeah. And then what was it? Not every elder is a cultural teacher, and not all cultural teachers are elders. It's okay to listen to what people say and only hold on to the parts that resonate with you. It's okay to leave the rest behind. Trust yourself to know the difference. Like, oh yes. Oh yes. Very much. Yeah. So, I don't know. On that one. Anyway. Yeah. Auntie coming through with the wisdom. Exactly. Exactly. That's good. So, we might end up doing. It depends. We might end up doing 2 streams next week, or we might just do like a bulk of the last third. We'll see. But yeah, I don't know. At any rate, I'm really looking forward to where it goes on this one. One second. And honestly, like, I spent the entirety of last year reading nothing but fan fiction and the occasional article on my phone and the computer. So, like, somehow forgot that when your eyes are not doing too great, reading paper helps. But yeah, reading on a physical page and annotating with a pen and stuff has really helped with the eye strain, which is appreciated, really. But yeah, this has been a good one. It has been a very good, yes. So, very good. But yeah, really enjoying it though. Okay. Mm-hmm. Anyway. yes, yes, yes. I did not know it was her birthday. Alright. I'm gonna unplug the mic real quick and switch over to the headset. So, we'll see. 1 second. I'm gonna unplug the mic real quick and switch over to the headset. So, we'll see. 1 second. Okay. Okay, so apparently I just completely forgot to mute the stream. So there's that. which you know, I'm glad that I just muted all of the desktop sound. No. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, what are y'all thinking? Oh, very nice. Yes. Yes, indeed. Alright. So, I'm gonna do that. Ow! If anyone's watching this on YouTube after the fact, links are going to be in the description down below to the Twitch stream. We are currently doing Mondays and Thursdays at 4 p.m. PST, and general fun things. Mondays tends to be Botany Book Club, like today, and Thursdays tends to be whatever else. But yeah, thank you much for stopping by and hanging out and being generally awesome. I will see y'all later. And yeah, please copy and paste. But yeah. Okay. Come on. No problem, friends. That is how you spell it, right? Shane McKinley. There we go. Okay, here we go. Alright, guys. Let us venture forth. Have a super fab rest of your day. I'll see you later. Away! Alright. Like, seriously, why does it always devolve into whatever that is when I end up doing stuff? Like, really? Got that.